Welcome to the Empowered Podcast with Deanna Merlino, an all-encompassing personal development show where I will be sharing with you just how to transform yourself into the best version of you, both inside and out. From wellness, entrepreneurship, spirituality, and manifestation, I'll be showing you exactly how to live your best life. I will be keeping it as real and raw as it gets. So get ready to peel back the layers and really transform yourself under the surface. Because nothing is better than finding your purpose and living this life as your true, authentic self. Welcome back, Empowered fam. How are we doing? Let's just take a quick moment to check in with ourselves. We are 2 weeks post New Year, and I hope that everything that you have been planning on doing and committing to doing, you have done. But quite frankly, I have a feeling that some of you may not have because the energy has just been different this year. We talked a little bit about this last week, but I just feel like a lot of my clients that I've been talking to, or even friends or other coaches and mentors, this has been a much slower year. And I'm not talking about sales and hitting goals, and just like everyone has been having more of the desire to move slow. And I honestly love that because, again, we are meant to be in tune with winter, and winter is about our leaves being gone. We're bare. We are going within, looking within and preparing for the spring to come and what's next, and just being really just going within, right? And so I think if you're feeling a slow start, that's perfect. I think if you had the energy to do all the things at the new year, that's perfect too. And I definitely started the new year off with a bang, but I also have been mindful of desiring to be slower. And while that hasn't happened for me quite yet, other than my energy baths and having my daily time in my office, my slow time is coming, and we'll kind of chat about that a little bit in this episode. But after the 22nd, I will be really slowing down. And so I kind of want to look at all of that with you guys. 2023 for me, the year in a whole, was very much masculine energy, very much do, very much repairing the foundation, very much constructing all the offers, very much investment, very much creating the containers, just do, right? I had all these things in my vision of what I wanted to do, what I needed to do, having a clear path. And 2024 is going to look different for me, but a couple things I just want to talk about and celebrate with you guys, that all ties in. And I really don't talk about anything outside of myself much on here because this is my podcast, and it's not my place to talk about other people's stuff. I did want to celebrate really big, a huge milestone for our family, and something that happened. It was really exciting because it happened on 1/11. I'm super proud of my husband because he has been doing his own stuff, and we received $11,000, $111 payment from something that he was doing. And I wanted to talk about this because of the energetics of it, and how ones in general with angel numbers are all about fresh starts, new beginnings, being highly supported, and just a whole new path. And it really was the sign, I think for both of us, but the sign for me to know that everything was paying off and on track and just aligned as it should be. And it just feels really good because I talk about it all the time, and I have fully meant it, that you just have to jump and trust and surrender to the process. So when you get to see the payout energetically, financially, in all the ways, it's just a breath of fresh air. It's just to have that clarity and know that it really means something, right? Like that support is there just feels so good. And that ties me to my next point because I've really been doing it a lot this year so far is I've been really emotional in the sense of like really having so much gratitude for my life, for what our family has, and for what is just happening and unfolding. Like, I will literally think about it and just start crying. And I actually almost made a post about it the other day, like asking you guys, when was the last time you stopped and were so grateful for your life that it moved you to tears? And I didn't because I wanted to be in the moment. But like, I'm asking you that now. When was the last time you stopped and had gratitude for all the things that you have now? We get so hyper focused on all the things that we desire and all the things that we don't have and all the places that we're not yet that we forget how far we've come. These things that you have now in this life, maybe you don't have everything that you desire, but I guarantee that there was a version of you in the past who would have done anything to be and to have the things that you have now. Don't forget to stop and take that into account and have gratitude for all the things, all the experiences, all the love, all the stuff we do have, not the stuff that we don't have, right? Okay, so the next thing I wanted to chat about, because I'm just really stoked about it, quite honestly, is the fact that 1 year ago, essentially, I began my coaching business. I decided to make the scary jump from what I was comfortable doing, what I was comfortable knowing with personal training and network marketing, and decided that I was being called to be a coach and an energetic healer. And I jumped full force and created the Empowered Coach brand. And throughout the whole last year, I have found a lot of success, but I didn't notice until I was looking at some stuff on my site the other day that I never had more than one client at a time last year when I did have clients. And right now I have more clients than I ever could have dreamed of at one time. And it's amazing and it's a blessing. And I realized that I made more money in these first 2 weeks of the year on my website, just my website. I have multiple streams of places for income to come in, but on my website, I have had more income come in the last 2 weeks than I did all of last year. Like, that is the energetic direction of this year for me. And it's the energetic direction for the year for all of us. Because remember, this is an 8 year in numerology. This is the year that the lessons are slowing down. The dark night of the soul is lifting. The light is coming back in. It's getting lighter and easier. The abundance is meant to pour in. If you are open to receiving that, if you are open to being on that timeline, if you are willing and open to stop holding on to the hard, where in your life are you holding on to the story that it has to be hard? Because truly, it's nothing more than a story. Stop perpetuating the hard. Shift your focus, shift your mind, have a reframe. Where does it get to be easy, and be open to receiving that? Okay, next thing. And it's crazy because it's bittersweet. So I ended up having a psychic reading of my entire year for 2024. And I was so certain, and I still am. I was so certain that this was going to be my monster year where the fireworks are just taking off. Like, it's just pure explosion. The pot's boiling over, right? Just that year. And she made it very clear that because last year was so much a masculine year, that this is my feminine year. Like, this year is all about slowing down, being mindful, going within, honing my natural gifts and abilities, honing my skills, my wisdom, my knowledge, my tools, really just slowing down. This year is not about doing, it's about being, it's about receiving, it's about being open, it's about surrendering, letting the love in, opening my heart, And I've done so much work. At first I was like, I've done so much work. Like, how could I possibly have that much more to go? I know we always have work, but like I've done a lot over the last several years. And she was like, you've done so much work. And at this point, you're being called to heal your lineage, to heal your ancestors' trauma, to literally fully rewrite the direction and journey of your entire bloodline moving forward. And then I was like, oh, I get it. Like, that makes sense. I'm kind of not surprised, also kind of sad because that sounds like it's going to be a little tough, but I'm here for it. I know that I've always known that there's always one person in the bloodline that gets called forward when enough is enough to take it all on and heal it and transmute it and change the entire trajectory of the future. That's me, and I'm here for it and I'm ready for it. That is shadow work. That is healing. Like, that is when you commit to that, that's what this is about. And so I'm doing it. And with that, I am currently focused on cleaning and clearing my plate, buttoning up my offerings, lightening the load, shifting focus to what I'm being called to do throughout the year. So I think you're going to see me be a lot quieter. You're going to see me not mass producing new stuff every 2 seconds. I have to be slow and intentional and mindful. And from doing that, even though it's going to be so hard for me to slow down in that way, something massive will be birthed from it. That will start about halfway through the year. And at the end of the year, it will fully come to fruition. Just all of it will come into some massive offering, some massive transformation, some massive expansion. And so 2025 will be the year of, like, 2025 is going to be the empire year. So you will have a front row seat to this ride. So bear with me and see what happens. Stay tuned to how my offerings will be changing. I will probably be doing a lot more group work versus the focus on one-on-one work. So if you are looking to have that, I know the potency and the power and the impact of one-on-one coaching. So if you are not locked into my scheduling and my calendar as a one-on-one life coaching client, or my one-on-one mentorship program, which does have some group aspects as well, is launching later this month. You want to get on my books now, because I already know that when I commit to something, when I focus on something, I mean business, and nothing is going to get in my way. And so I will be capping out and closing my books in the one-on-one capacity in order for me to have the most energy to deal with my own healing and expansion and still making my family my priority. So I'm excited. I'm nervous. I'm ready. This is going to be a really good year, and I cannot wait to walk this journey out with you all. And no matter what phase of your journey you are on, know it's perfect, and know that I'm here to support you in all ways, and that, as always, I am sending you all of my love. So I hope you have the best day, the best week, and I will see you next time on the Empowered with Deanna Merlino podcast. Thank you guys so much for listening to today's episode. If you want to find out more, you can follow me on Instagram at Empowered with Deanna and my personal page, Fit Deanna Lolita. You can also visit me on my website, which is deannamerlinofit.com. Make sure that whatever platform you guys are listening on, please rate and subscribe. And this means so much to me. It's going to help get me out there to help so many other people. I'm so grateful that you're here with me on this journey of wellness and self-empowerment. I cannot promise that it will always be easy, but I do know that it will always be worth it. Stick with me, and together, let's start living as the version of us that we were meant to be. Because the world is waiting for your gifts, and you deserve to live the life of your wildest dreams and beyond. So friends, let's get empowered.